Josiah, you guys, a little different starting lineup today with four freshmen in there. Just kind of what worked well for you guys early, because obviously you guys got off to a great start.
I think for us it was just the energy and just playing tough and playing hard. We try to do that in practice, especially more recently. And so I think for us just bringing that energy off the start, it was contagious throughout the whole game, and everybody brought it.
Josiah, where did that come from?
Honestly, I think we just needed to change, like, just the way we were playing, our defense, everything, like, as a team. And then for me, trying to step into the role of, like, doing what I know I can do, doing what my teammates know I can do, and they've been good, like, especially Sebi. He's been supporting me. Like, I've had, a lot of ups and downs, more downs than I would have wanted, but they've been right with me the whole time, and so I got their back, they got mine.
How cleansing is it to a beating on someone?
It feels real good. It feels real good. But I feel like we earned it, so it feels really good.
Josiah, you mentioned some of the ups and downs. This is two pretty solid games for you in a row after you had kind of a rough spell there. How are you kind of able to keep your head up during that stretch, and how does it feel to kind of respond with a couple good games in a row?
Yeah, I think I have faith. I think I stayed in the gym. I stayed talking to my people, and just got to keep working. No matter if I was playing the best basketball of my life or the worst basketball of my life, I got to wake up the next day. I got to get in the gym and get better. So just trying to stay with that, and hopefully I can build off these two games and just keep getting better.
For Sebi, Tad Boyle has talked about how the starting five has, doesn't really matter too much. It's about who plays the most, who's in the closing five. For you, you still led the team with points, 17 a night off the bench. How big is that sentiment for you to still be able to put a performance up like you did today?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, Coach has his decisions as his team at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if I agree or disagree with his decisions. My job is to come out and perform, and he wanted to see a response from me, and I think I did that today. And just how we played today, that has to be the new standard of our program. And yeah, just staying true to myself, to trust my work, and yeah.
So you guys finished with 24 assists today. We saw some games like that during non-conference play, but not as many recently. What were you guys able? Obviously, you're shooting the ball well, but how were you able to, kind of share the ball? And obviously, that seemed like it played a key role today.
We got back to playing good basketball. During non-conference, it's easy because our competition is not very good, and when the defenses and the teams that we play are getting better, we got to the point where it got too stagnant. So, we were dribbling the ball too much, but it's nice that we just played good basketball tonight.
For Josiah, defensively holding TCU to I believe a season low of 33% from the field. What was the biggest key for you guys on that end?
I mean, just playing together. I think it wasn't one guy; it was all five who were on the court, and then energy from the bench as well. And we've been talking about that a lot in practice, and so it's really good just to come out here and see that we can really do that. And so we got to hold ourselves to that standard, like Sebi was saying, just to come out here and do that the next game, the next game, and the next game.
And Josiah, how memorable is this for your first start at Colorado?
It's real memorable. I mean, I think for me, whether I'm starting, playing a lot, or while I'm not playing that much, I just got to do what I can with the opportunity that I'm given. But at the same time, it's good. Like I was just praying last night, and I was like, thank you, Jesus, just because it is like it's an opportunity that not a lot of people get, and I'm really appreciative for it, and I'm just happy it went the way it did.
To follow up on that, when did you know you were going to start? Sounds like it might have been yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yesterday.
So you guys beat TCU for your third Big 12 win in the last game of the regular season last year. Now you're halfway through Big 12 play, and you've kind of matched last year's total. What's different about this year's team that, even though you had a similar stretch to last year where you lost a couple games in a row, you guys are able to kind of bounce back from it this time?
Just resilience and competitiveness. We were really bad last year, and I don't think anyone in the locker room wants that to happen again this year. And just kind of clearing out the air in the last couple of days, and we had a really bad stretch. Starts for me, and I didn't play my best basketball the last couple of games, and but yeah, I think we changed that tonight, and we're about to go on a roll now. I know it.
So along those lines, I talked with Tad yesterday, and he mentioned how important a week this is for you guys after the rough spell. Maybe some more favorable matchups for you guys beginning with today. Obviously, you can only play them one at a time, but starting this week off with a win like this, what can this do for you guys going forward as you look at, as you said, Baylor and then coming back home against ASU?
I mean, just build some momentum. I mean, it's the Big 12. There's no easy match. Like every team is really good, has a lot of talented players. We just got to come out. But it starts in practice. I mean, we got to come out tomorrow in practice, concentrate, listen to what the coaches are telling us, do the same thing on Tuesday, and then go to Baylor and execute the game plan and just play winning basketball like we did tonight.
It seems like you guys feed off of Taco's energy, and he obviously got a chance to start it and played more minutes. So just kind of what is it like being out there with him, and how nice was he to have him contribute on both ends for you guys?
Yeah, it was really nice, and I love seeing him out there having fun, smiling, because he brings that energy. Like, people don't always see it, but in the locker room, and he's always smiling, cracking jokes, bringing that. So the player you see on the court he's like that all the time. But for us just to see that, and for him to get a couple buckets and make some big plays, like I think that's huge just for the whole team, because we can see that he can do it, he sees that he can do it, and we need that going forward.
Is he a guy that he plays with a lot of energy? Is it the sort of thing the other guys respond to? When you see him, you're kind of out there playing with enthusiasm.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. I think everybody is contagious, and so we see that, and we're like, okay, we got to pick it up. So if he's playing really good, playing with a lot of energy, I know I got to step up my game, and then that's the same for the next person on. So I think it's really contagious, and everybody tries to hold ourselves to that standard.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
God bless.
Yeah.
Great job, Joe. Thanks. Sorry about that. Great job. I'm going to get one side. As long as you're...
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. Because they can tell what in post.
Good job, student.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Head coach Jimmy Dixon. All right. Well, congratulations to you guys. And simply put, I want to talk about our team and how we perform. But at first, I'll say that congratulations to Colorado and playing well. I know you never want to be the team that comes there and talks about how we didn't perform. But Colorado had something to do with it. So congratulations to them for doing well and making some shots and different. They started a different lineup. We really wanted to take the guards away early, and to some extent we did. And everybody else seemed to score. So obviously, I'm concerned about our team and how we played. And we came off a loss. We'd won 2 in a row, and came off a loss against Houston, where didn't perform early, and so we wanted to get off to a good start, and we didn't do that tonight. So or today. So I got to look at it myself and see how do we come out and perform better early. But pretty much, you know, there's not much positive that we can bring out of this game for us in defense, offense, and rebounding. So congratulations, and I don't know what what else more can be said.
Coach, you mentioned the different starting lineup for Colorado. You know, when a team does that, and maybe you've scouted one way, that doesn't put you. I know they had 2 starting guards that were the same, but does it put you on your heels at all, kind of figuring out what you're going to do?
I guess we'll go with that. I mean, no, we were bad, but give those guys credit. The guys that started made some shots, and you know that was it. But our rotation, our defense, we were just step slow, step late on everything. So. Whatever the reason was, if that's the one you're going to go with it and fly. You probably, but we were just, they played good, we didn't, and that's simply what you get when you get beat like this.
Coach, there was a little bit over 7-minute stretch where you guys didn't score late in the first half there. I know Colorado had struggles defensively this season. Just kind of what was not working well for you guys?
I think we missed some shots, and that's kind of been a thing for us is we miss some open shots, and then we get a little impatient, and it almost hurts our defense too, and then you're taking the ball out of bounds, and we've got to handle adversity better. Adversity for us is a lot of teams is not making shots and not scoring and suffering in other parts of the game. So I think that was a part of it, and we've got to handle that better. Something we've certainly addressed, talked about, but you know, human nature takes over, and you've got to perform. But again, congratulations to them for probably getting their best defensive performance of the year, and I would say we had a little to do with that too. 8 assists, got to be a low for us. I mean, the ball stuck. They didn't do anything we didn't expect him to do. It just we just didn't we didn't play well. Didn't play well, and there's that's on me. We got to play better than that.
Did you get a look at the play that they upgraded to a flagrant on Xavier, or just kind of what happened there?
I mean, I didn't get a look at it. I mean, what the report back I got from our people thought it was a little. I don't know. I mean, I saw his. I don't. I mean, what are we gonna do? That we had the game was in their favor at that point. So, don't know. I guess that's just what happens when your things aren't going your way.
Anything else for Coach Dix? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey everybody, you got Coach Tad Boyle. Coach, if you'd like to start with a couple of things, we'll open it up for questions.
Well, we hadn't seen that Colorado Buffalo team in November, December, or January, but we finally saw it on February 1st, so I told our team better late than never on that. But I was really, really proud of the response that we got from everybody involved tonight, and it just shows how good this team can be, because TCU had Kansas beat in Allen Fieldhouse. Like, the game was over with, I mean, they're a good team. They beat Florida earlier this year. Like, these guys are legit, and it just shows you how good our team can be. But we got to play with that energy and that effort, that toughness, and we showed it tonight. And the results speak for themselves.
Iowa State game, what was the thought process and kind of deciding to shake up the lineup a little bit?
We met as a staff after Iowa State for about 4 hours, literally. We talked about a lot of things. And, I just, after watching the film especially, I just felt like this team, it can't be like the same like just same message, same film session. So I showed them about 6 or 8 clips from the Iowa State game that were just absolutely unacceptable, And look, Iowa State punched us in the mouth. It's the old Mike Tyson line. Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. They punched us in the mouth big time. We punched TCU in the mouth tonight. Now, not like Iowa State did us, but that's what I mean is our guys responded. And so I just felt like shaking up that lineup. We had 5 offensive rebounds. We're dead last. I'd like to use an adjective between dead and last, but we're dead last in the Big 12 in offensive rebounding. And I look at the Iowa State stat sheet, and I see Taco's got 2 of them and Josiah's got 2 of them. Well, guess what? Maybe they need a chance. And Jalen Holland's been really playing his tail off. That's the one thing we know he's going to do is compete and rebound and defend. His job on Harding tonight, their point guard, who's a good player, was phenomenal. Like his stat line does not show the effect that he had on the game. So my point is, I said let's shake it up and let's see how they respond, but let's also see how those other guys respond. I'm not pointing the finger at any guy, and I mean this when I say it. I said this to the team in the locker room. I said it to Mark Johnson on the radio. This team is not about who starts. It's not about who comes off the bench. It's not about how many minutes they play or shots they get. This team has to rely on each other because we don't have one guy that can carry us. We just don't. And we don't need him if we rely on each other. 24 assists, 5 different guys with 3 assists or more. That's how you share the ball. That's how you move the ball. Holding them to 33%. Guys, we had 5 kills, and I'll just remind people a kill is 3 stops in a row. We had 5 of them in the first half. Our goal is 3.5. We had 5 in the first half. Last time we had 3.5 was at Cincinnati, like 10 years ago. Like it feels like 10 years ago. Like it was that. Where's this team been? Hey, better late than never, and let's build on this. That's what I want to see is let's build on this.
During the game, are you thinking, where has this been?
A little bit. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't, because you're begging for it, and and I always say if we have to coach effort, it's going to be a long year, and so these guys got to figure that out on their own. And tonight, hopefully, a light bulb went on and switch clicked, and they learned something. And I'm really, really proud of everybody on this team, the guys that started, the guys that came off the bench, and just everybody.
Can you find a cathartic, response from the team and just beating someone bad?
I don't know. Look, it's every game's a new game. So I think that's the one thing, you just have to realize in sports is it's every game's a new game, and especially in this league. I mean, TCU probably wasn't expecting the Colorado team that they got tonight, but they got it, and that's what this league's all about. But every every team in this league is capable of it. That's what makes it so darn hard, We've got a good young core of guys on this team that I believe in, and I wanna stick with, and we're gonna do everything we can to keep them together. Time will tell on that, but I'm just games like this. It kind of, losing brings out the worst in everybody, myself included. So, but this is one game. We can't, we didn't. We're wearing these cancer patches tonight. We didn't cure cancer tonight. We got to find a cure for cancer. That's what this week's been all about in terms of the coaches versus cancer. And officials are involved in it, coaches are involved in it, but I'm just proud of these young men because they fought through adversity and we've stuck together, and we're going to continue to do that the rest of this season. I can promise you.
Stops or how many kills came in that 7+ minute stretch that you held TCU scoreless in the back half of the first half.
Right.
But just is that kind of something you can show to these guys that hey, when you put it in, you can be this good?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, when you do that, the score takes care of itself. I mentioned to Coach Manning at halftime. I'm like, golly, when you get stops, this game's pretty easy, man. And it makes your offense better. It makes your offense better because you can get out in transition, especially in this building and at this altitude. We can get some easy ones rather than have to come out and, like I said, I think somebody in here asked me, what about your transition points have really gone down in league play? I'm like, hey, yeah, when you'd have to take the ball out of the net every time, they go down. When you hold them at 33%, you're getting some runouts. It makes the game a little bit easier for you.
Guys responding, and we saw what those starters did, but how pleased were you with the way Sebi and Bangat came out tonight?
13 for 16 combined from the field, efficient, 10 rebounds between them. Okay, I'd like to get that to 12 or 15 between them, but Sebi had an offensive rebound and a putback. I'm like, been waiting. It's just got to be every game. It's got to be every possession. It can't be just on certain nights. But I was really, really proud of the way they responded. Extremely proud.
Josiah led the team with 6 assists, also career high 12 points. Just how proud of you.
Yeah, look, Josiah, the thing that's nice to see him is I think he's starting to figure out who he is right now. And it's interesting. I had individual meetings with all of our players the last week, and I remember talking to some of those freshmen, like, who you are today as a freshman is not who you're going to be maybe next year as a sophomore, and that's okay. But you got to understand who you are today. Like, what do you do? What do you do well? How can you help the team? And so many of these guys, they want to do what they can't do or try to do what they struggle at doing. No reason to do that. Don't show people what you can do. Show them what you can do. And he can defend, he can rebound, he can plays with energy, toughness. And he's figuring it out. He made his first 3 tonight, which was big, but he didn't fall in love with the 3. Jalen Hall in the same way. He made his first 3. He didn't fall in love with it. To me, that shows progress from those freshmen, and that's what we need. I felt like in the first half we didn't settle for threes like we have maybe in previous games.
When you look at the starting five and you have Taco at the five and he's surrounded by 4 guards/wings. That seems to be more of a unique lineup than what you've seen played throughout this year.
Yeah.
What defensive folds are you had to introduce with that lineup?
Well, you know, the one area you've got is the post. You know, with Josiah. Josiah's 6'5". He's tough. He's strong. He's physical. So he's not afraid of anybody. But our game plan was, you know, if they post up punch against Josiah, we had a plan for that, and we executed it pretty darn well. And Edmonds is their leading scorer, so we wanted Taco on him or Elijah or BD, one of our big guys on him. And, yeah, I thought that small lineup. Now, TCU's relatively small, you know, so maybe it's a little – but Punch is a good player down there, and so is Edmonds. I mean, they're the 2 leading scorers. So, you know, you just have a plan for that lineup, and then we had a different plan for when BD and Sebi came in off the bench – and Elijah, and we had a different plan there. So our guys did a pretty good job. We had a couple miscommunications on our ball screen coverage, but they did a good job of adjusting as the lineups changed.
I talked to you yesterday about how big a week this is for the team.
Yes.
And kind of going forward. I mean, you even said it's the most important week of the season. To come out, snap the losing streak, have a really solid all-around performance like this. What can this do for the team kind of going through the rest of this week?
I'm hoping it gives them confidence and life and understanding of how good we can be when we play together and we play with energy and toughness and all the things I've talked about at times this year that we haven't done it. And when we do it and they see the difference in the results, you'd like to think they're like, hey, this is a hell of a lot more fun than coming back after a 30-point beatdown at Iowa State. And look, Iowa State's legit. They're a legit top 10 team. And I knew going into that game we could play an A game and still lose by 10 in that building. It's happened to a lot of teams. So losing to Iowa State, there's no shame in that. Losing the way we did and some of the ways we did it, there was shame there. And we got to recognize that and get rid of it.
Isaiah, obviously, as teams are adjusting to him,
Yeah.
you know, he's got to make adjustments himself as well. And obviously, they were blitzing every
Yep.
ball screen he was put in today. But he had 3 early assists, was kind of making some nice reads. There were some bad turnovers in there as well. But do you like kind of the adjustments he's making in
Yeah. And you know, Isaiah and I have talked about it, like, okay, now all of a sudden, you know, not in November, maybe not even in mid-December, you know, you're the freshman, like, okay, yeah, he's shooting it good, he could score it, like, but now it's like, okay, we gotta try to take him out of the game. Well, one of the ways they do that is, you know, is trapping his ball screens. But the thing about a good point guard, which Isaiah is good, and he's going to continue to get better and better, is you can't take him out of the game. Because if you blitz his ball screens, double him, he's going to make the right play. And even some of the turnovers, he's trying to make the right play. It's just, you know, a matter of passing and catching. But no, Isaiah understands the game. He's getting better. The one thing you can't do with him, where he's a real problem, is transition. Because he's so fast, he's so slippery, he gets downhill. And so, yeah, he continues to learn and get better, and that kid's special. And he's an important piece to this team, obviously.
You mentioned Jalen as well. I mean, it feels like he's had a really strong month in general. I mean, he does like a little bit of everything. He's making good passes. He's hitting threes. He's attacking the rim.
Yep.
He's playing defense on tough assignments. Just kind of how nice is it to have a kind of a Swiss Army knife like that that's willing to fit in wherever you need him.
Yeah, Jalen's another one. When I talked about meeting with him individually, like, okay, Jalen, what's your role? How can you help this team? And you know, Jalen, his whole life has grown up, he's a scorer, right? He scores on his high school team, he scores on his AAU team, he scores on his prep school team. Like, hey, there's nothing wrong with scoring the ball, but the way you can really help this team is guarding the other team's best player, rebounding your tail off, competing. And look, scoring will come. And his role on this team will change and develop as his skill set changes and develops, and the game comes to him. And that's what I was proud of, both him and Josiah tonight. I thought they really grew up in you know, tough environment against a very good quality team, and so that's what you want to see out of freshmen. You want to see them grow, and they're both growing before our eyes. And you know, Jalen had as good of a defensive rebound that a Colorado Buffalo has had in a long time in that in that. I think it was the first half, and Josiah had an unbelievable offensive rebound in the second half where he chased it down, got it and threw it back out to Isaiah out top and saved the possession and kept it going. And those are winning plays. Yeah, they show up as one rebound, but I mean they were man's rebounds now. It was unbelievable. So that's what we need. But we need, and it kind of, it's it spreads within your team.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Thank you.